guys, it's Jessie. Welcome back to my channel and happy Monday. Today I have a book haul for you. It is March's book haul, so all the books that I either bought or received during the month of March. It is quite large, so I'm actually just going to kind of fly through these. That way this video is not like 25 minutes long. So the first books that I want to start off with sharing is the two that I received from Little Bird Publicity. The first one was Forever a Hero by Linda Lael Miller, and the other one is Serenity Harbor by Ray Ann Thine. This is part of the Haven Point series, which I did read Snowfall on Haven Point and really enjoyed, so I'm excited to dive back into this world. I have never read anything here, but I am looking forward to it. I think it sounds pretty great, and I do think this is part of a series, and I think it's like 3 boys, and this is the Carsons of Mustang Creek series. So again, looking forward to diving into these, and I just want to say thank you so much to Little Bird for sending these my way. Then I have a book that I already had, and I was sent it by Kelly and Hall. It is called Ribbon by Jane Alvey Harris. This copy, however, came from Jane herself. It's even autographed, so I think that is super sweet of her to do, but it got a cover redesign. It's absolutely gorgeous and just stunning, and so I'm so thrilled that she sent the new cover my way, and I get to take lots of pretty pictures of it and just enjoy it. I did just finish this too, so the review will be linked below if you guys are interested. It is just a really great YA. It's a first book in a series. It's going to be a trilogy, so definitely keeping an eye out for the other two because I just want to dive back into this world. It was pretty great. Then I got The Tribulations of August Barton by Jennifer LeBlanc. This is a little novella, so she sent me this for a review, so I'm looking forward to diving into that hopefully this next month. It's real short, real sweet, so I'm going to dive into that soon. Then we have Losing the Light by Andrea Dunlop. And this was a book that I won in a giveaway on Andrea's channel. It was the 1-year anniversary of her book being released, and this has been on my list for so long. It has a really great love triangle, and I just heard so many great things about it. So like I said, it was on my list forever, and when she had the giveaway, I was so excited to enter, and I did, and I won, and this is it. So I am just like beyond thrilled to have this and can't wait to read it. I'm going to be reading this with my friend Jasmine here soon, so definitely looking forward to it because I think this is going to be a perfect like spring and summer read, and I'm just dying to get into it. Then we have Wayfarer by Alexandra Bracken, and I have not read Passenger yet, but I'm really looking forward to it. It was such a like hyped book, and this series just seems to get a lot of hype as well and have the most like stunning and beautiful covers, so they've been on my list for a while. I just was really intimidated. I mean, this is like the biggest book ever, and so I haven't picked them up, but when Orange contacted me to send a little like press release kit type deal, I was like, yeah, I would love that. That's been on my list. So when it got here, it came with some super cute stuff. I'll pop a photo somewhere on the screen so you guys can see what was all included. But again, I'm just really looking forward to finally getting into this and seeing what this series is all about. The next stack of books that I want to share with you guys is all from Booksparks. They are so sweet and so kind, and I just love them. They do like incredible boxes of books, and I just got a bunch of them. So I'm really excited to share them with you, but hang on tight for just a moment while I grab that because I have stacks of books just everywhere. Alright, so I am back with the stack from Booksparks, and the first one is Navigating Life, Things I Wish My Mother Had Told Me by Margot Bergen. So I've heard mixed reviews on this one, so not super excited to dive into it, but I am curious to see what it has to entail, what the lessons were, and whether or not, you know, I enjoy it or not. So gonna dive into that eventually. Then we have The Housekeeper by Sullen Dainty. This is one that I am just over the moon about. The cover is so, so pretty. It sounds like it's gonna be an interesting like drama kind of read, and so I'm just really interested and intrigued by it. So I'm excited to read this one. One that I just got and has got to be the coolest box that was just like so bright and so cheerful and like fun. It is the Saturday Evening Girls Club. So again, I'm going to pop a photo somewhere on here so you guys can check it out because it was so much fun. I just loved that box, and I'm looking forward to this read. This is by Jane Healy. So definitely don't know much about a lot of these. I feel like they're all either debut authors or they are authors, but people I've never heard of or haven't read. So I love the fact that Booksparks works with all these like independent authors, and I really get to find all these new people to kind of follow and branch out of like comfort zones. And so I think this is such a fun way to do that. So thank you so much to Booksparks for doing that. The next few, I have Sweet Lake by Christine Onolfi. This is another one I think is going to be perfect for spring and summer. I'm really looking forward to it. I love the cover. Then the last three, A Ring of Truth by Michelle Cox. This is a Henrietta and Inspector Howard novel. Have not read any of the others, but it sounds so interesting. It's like a historical, like fiction kind of thing. It almost reminds me a little bit of like Sherlock Holmes kind of vibe-ish. Not really sure if that's what it is, but it just sounds really great, so there's that. Then there is The Absence of Evelyn by Jackie Townsend. This is an advanced reader copy, but I do believe it came out, yes, in April, so coming out this month. So I'm looking forward to reading this. And then the one that probably had me the most excited was Jumping Over Shadows, a memoir by Annette Grendler. And I just think that memoirs are so interesting, and this one takes place sort of in World War II, and then it says in like 1985 type deal. So a lot of stories, a lot of crossover with that historical fiction and just like family ties and just kind of learning about that. And so I think this memoir is going to be really interesting, and I'm excited for it. So this was the one I was most excited for out of those three that came in a box. So those are all the ones from the lovely people over at Booksparks. Thank you guys so much for sending all of these my way. And the next three stacks, yes, three very large stacks, are all ones that I purchased myself. All of them except for one came from the grassroots, so like book hauls that I've been doing recently over the last month. I went to 2 different of their warehouse sales. You get a full bag of books, like a paper bag from the store full for $5. So I definitely took advantage of it this last 2 times, and one of them I went with my friend Sadie. So I will link both of those videos below in case you guys want to check those out and see how all that goes. Get a little bit more info on some of those books too, because I'm just going to fly right through those as well. So hang tight again. I'm going to grab those stacks and we're going to jump back into it. Alright, so the first one I want to share with you guys is the first book that I actually bought like full priced for myself in quite a while. It is Everything, Everything by Nicola Yoon. I'm really excited for this, and I'm hoping to get to it before the movie actually comes out. I've heard it's really beautiful, and I'm so excited to dive into it and just see what all the hype's about, because I've seen so much about this, and yet it's been on my list forever and I just never picked it up. So I finally took the plunge and got it because that movie's coming out. I really want to see it. So yeah, there's that one. And then this is the first stack from the first warehouse sale that I went to at Grassroots, and I will share those with you guys. The first one is Wave. I cannot pronounce this person's name. I'm so sorry, but it is another like memoir from the 2004 tsunami that hit in Sri Lanka. So I think this is going to be really good as well. I've heard from at least one person that they read it and enjoyed it and said it was really sad and devastating and heartbreaking, but at the same time it was really good. So I'm looking forward to it. It just, for some reason, the simple cover caught my attention, and then to read about the back, I just was like, you know what, I need more of this in my life, more memoirs, so I grabbed it, and I think it's going to be a good read. Then the next two, again, this is a series that I've heard so much about, and this was a while ago, and I still never picked it up, and I see them every single time I go to the sale, so I decided to pick it up. I got books 1 and 2, so I got The Girl with the Dragon Tattoo and The Girl Who Played with Fire, so definitely looking forward to reading these. I've heard the first one was okay, then the rest kind of is just eh. So we'll kind of see where I fall on this too, because I think it'll be really interesting to see where I do fall on those, and whether or not I really like them and want to continue. The next one is The Memory Jar by Alyssa Janine Houle, and again, this is another one I have never heard of. I also haven't heard of Better River by Julia Keller, but I also picked that up. If you guys don't know this by now, I am such like a cover snob. Like if they're super pretty and they're amazing and they grab my attention, I immediately pick them up. Then of course I read the back, and if it sounds interesting, I'll snag it. If not, then no harm. But these both had really pretty covers that caught me. Again, never heard much about these, so if you've read them, let me know, but they seem like they're pretty interesting reads, so I'm looking forward to getting into those. And then there's an author that I've always wanted to read and just never picked up any of her books, but every time I see a cover, I just think it's gorgeous and I want to read it. Finally found one of her books at the sale. It is Sandra Brown. This is Mean Streak, and my mother-in-law read this, said it was pretty decent, so I'm like looking forward to getting into it, seeing if I even like her writing before continuing on, but I have a feeling I will. And again, all her covers are super gorgeous and like have a similar like theme and color palette, and so I think that's an interesting take on things. Then the last one I picked up on that round was Dennis Lehane's A Mystic River, which this book my mother-in-law told me to pick up and to read. It's one of the best books she's ever read. She said she loved the movie as well. So ever since I've posted about this, a lot of people were like, yes, he's a great author. You should definitely read it. It's really good. So I'm excited for this one, and I think this is a great find for that sale. Like I said, these were all $5 for like a whole bag, so these are literally less than $1 a piece, so that's exciting. And then when I went back the second time to the book sale, the warehouse sale with them, I went with my friend Sadie. It was my first Instagram meetup. It was so much fun, and I bought a ton of books, so I'm going to share those next. Yeah, so hold on. Again, this is the final time, but we're going to fly through these. The first one, I'm just going to go quickly through these. This is Rush. This is The Game, book 1, so this is a part of a series. It's some kind of YA. I think it's close to maybe the Maze Runner or something like that, Divergent. So I just think it's one of those, and it just intrigued me. The cover alone is super pretty, so I'm definitely going to check that out eventually, see how I like it. Lots of people on BookTube and Instagram, Bookstagram, read My True Love Gave to Me, so maybe next winter I'll roll into this or something. I know they're more holiday reads, but I just couldn't pass it up for, again, under $1. Then we have The Weird Sisters by Eleanor Brown. I have heard good things about this, actually, so I'm really excited because I just liked the cover. I thought it was so simple and so pretty, and then I read the back of the book, and it had talked about that there is no problem a library card can't solve, and that books are a passion, so it instantly sold me. I've heard it was pretty great by at least one of my followers, so thank you guys for letting me know that you enjoyed it, because I'm sure that if you guys did, I will too, because I feel like we're all kind of attracted to the same books, so that's exciting. Then I have The Storied Life of A.J. Thickery, which I've heard really good things about, and a bunch of people were reading this on Instagram, so looking forward to this. Then I loved this movie, The Blind Side, and looking forward to reading it because I think I like to see a lot of the differences between the movie and the book. Oftentimes I know we all agree that the books are 10 times better. Sometimes that's not the case, but that's like rarely. But I am excited to see if the book is just as good because I absolutely adored the movie, and this was before I really got into like heavy reading, so I want to kind of go back and get some of those favorites. So then the next one that I picked up was one that my mom read and loved, and so I'm going to give it a try, and Sadie picked it up as well so that we could do a buddy read of it. It is called The Cellar by Natasha Preston. I think what impresses me about this is it started on Wattpad and then got picked up into the book, and I'm just really looking forward to it. Again, this is going to be a trilogy, and I'm pretty sure the second one's out. I don't know if the third one is, but I want to dive into this, read it, see what it's all about besides just the girls in the cellar and this kind of creepy like thriller type deal. So I'm looking forward to getting into it. I think it's a little bit more YA, so probably not as scary, but hopefully entertaining and just gripping. Then the last one has been recommended to me over and over again by a really good friend. It is The Bronze Horseman by Paulina Simmons. I had no idea this was a series either. Someone just told me that, so now I feel like I need to investigate and start, keeping an eye out for the rest of the series. But I've heard it's such a good love story, and it's just, again, something that every single time she posts about it, I'm like, oh my gosh, that book is so pretty. And then she always recommends it to me as well, but I just never picked it up. I mean, again, it's another daunting read. It's so huge, but I'm pretty excited to finally have it in my hands and just give this one a shot. All right, last stack here. We are on the home stretch. I don't know what it is with me and elephants, but I love elephants and I love giraffes, and I don't know why. Probably because they're goofy creatures. I like goofy creatures. I also like moose. But anyways, so the second I saw Hannah's Dream, this book with the elephant, it immediately caught my attention, and my husband even laughed. He's like, what's with you and elephants? I don't know, but I absolutely love this, and it's just a book that I think intrigued me because this girl develops this bond with this animal that had been treated badly, and she's there to basically help this animal be its voice because it doesn't have one. And so I think this just caught my attention. I think it is going to be sad, but I am looking forward to it. The next one I picked up was The Summer I Turned Pretty by Jenny Han. Still haven't read anything by Jenny Han, even though I own 2 of her books, but I've heard really good things about the series as well, so I'm definitely going to pick it up, give it a try. I think it's going to be a good summer read, hence the title. The other one is I still haven't seen The Danish Girl again, so I want to read the book before I watch the movie. So I was a little bummed this one's a little torn, but you know, what can you do? I think it's a gorgeous cover, and I'm really excited to kind of dive into this world, read it, and then watch the movie finally, because I've been waiting forever, and I think it got so many reviews like that were just raving, and so I'm excited to finally get into it and stop putting it off. So this one's kind of up there on the list for me. Then we have The Commoner by John Burnham Schwartz. This is one that I have never heard of, but I think was just, for some reason I was like drawn to it and attracted to the storyline and kind of what happens with this like monarchy type deal. So the royal things always get to me, whether it's, you know, apparently we'll try this one out, see how it goes, but I love anything with like the English royal family and stuff. So I think this is gonna feel that itch just a little bit that I want to read about it. And then I have Mary Coyne by Marissa Silver. And this one originally caught me several times when I lived in Denver at our store there because of this cover. I was studying photography. No, I did study photography in college, and this is a like super big photo from the Depression era, and that's what originally caught my attention about this, and I kept coming back to it over and over again, and the story revolves around this, you know, iconic image, and so I think that's what really fascinated me about it, but I never like bit the bullet and got it, and so I finally did when I saw it at the sale, and I could not have been happier about this find. It was like such a happy find, like so excited for it. Then to come back around again to the whole like books before the movie, I love The Vow, and so when I saw this one, of course I had to have it. So definitely looking forward to seeing if this book holds up as well as the movie does for me too. Another one is Under the Tuscan Sun. However, I am not crazy about this cover at all, but I love the movie and hope that this book is even more just amazing, because I love everything about the other movie, all the actors, the environments, like just everything. So hopefully this will throw me back in there and like remnants of that, and then I can watch the movie, because I haven't watched it in a while, weirdly enough, but I'm looking forward to it after this. Then the next one is David Sedaris, Dress Your Family in Corduroy and Denim. I've only read one other one, but really enjoyed it. His writing is so like quick, witty, and funny, and it just has me laughing all the time. And these are based on like true life things that happen in his real life, so I think that's like one of the other really funny things, is being able to relate and see him and just bring like some humor into some of these like everyday situations that either are just really rough or just like, I don't know. These are great. I've been wanting to pick up more of his work for a while and just haven't. So this one, I'm excited for. Then I have Scarlett Epstein Hates It Here by Anna Bresla. Again, this is one I started seeing for a little bit, and then it seemed like it faded out pretty quickly, but when I saw it there, I really wanted to read it, and I did just see it just got a new cover too, so that's pretty exciting. But I have the original cover, I believe, and this is another YA. I think it's something just lighthearted and entertaining for summer, hopefully. Then the last book I have for you guys today in this long video, so I'm sorry if this is just like complete madness, but it is The Luckiest Girl Alive by Jessica Knoll. This is one that I have had on my list for quite a while. I saw lots of people recommending it to me when I was talking about like thriller type things, and this is one again that just came up over and over. So when I saw this there, I definitely had to pick it up, and I'm really looking forward to getting into it. Since I've been posting it again, quite a few people were like, yes, we enjoyed it, you're gonna like it. So I'm really excited and just happy to have found this, and just, yeah, just kind of dive into it. So I think loads of books this month, and definitely like doubled my TBR like pile that's just constantly growing, but I think everything is, you know, right up my alley. I'm really excited for it, and hopefully I can just read some of these and narrow that down and share them with you guys. So definitely let me know if you guys have read any of these, which ones you guys really enjoyed, which ones I should start with or bump higher up on the TBR. Otherwise, we'll just get to it when we get to it. So yeah, that's my crazy madness video. I feel like this was so rushed and just like insane, but it was a big book haul month. It really was. I don't even know where to start. Help me out, you guys. All right. Thank you so much for tuning in, and I will see you guys hopefully Wednesday. I'm hoping to have my March wrap up for you guys and an April TBR video as well, so definitely stay tuned, subscribe, and I will see you guys then. Have a great day. Bye, you guys.